Okay, just a quick one today. Just really, well, this is on a wider issue than just this one particular individual here, but I think she's a good little case study in itself. And basically, this is just part of like kicking the tires of Restore Britain, just looking at the certain little groups that seem to be embedding amongst them. And for this, we're going to look at this woman, Lucy White. I don't really know much about her at all, beyond really this image, which I kind of saw her like popping up in the sort of discourse around Restore, and it was like, okay, so she's studied, she's got a PhD from Cambridge University in public policy. Okay, now I just had a quick look on ChatGPT. What does a Cambridge public policy PhD entail? And I'll stick some of this on the screen. But I mean, this is the kind of thing that you will study during this. And this is Cambridge University PhD, so she's clearly academically adept. You would study international security, migration policy, trade policy, climate policy, development aid, defence spending, say that again, defence spending, diplomacy and international institutions, UK relations with the EU, NATO, UN, etc. So all of these factors would be discussed. I mean, it goes on to say that the core focus is broader. It's about how governments make policy using economic statistics, law institutions, political judgment, implementation. Cambridge describes the MPhil in public policy as interdisciplinary, covering public policy theory and practice, economic statistics, policy debates, and professional skills. So, like, here you have this political influencer with 50,000 followers. That's a pretty influential figure, you know, certainly on the surface. Getting in amongst Restore, but she said nothing at any point. She's been on Twitter since April 2019, and at no point in this Cambridge University PhD in public policy has she thought to mention either Russia, Ukraine, and I've done other searches as well. She doesn't mention Putin, she doesn't mention Zelensky, she doesn't mention, she's just completely avoided it. Now, this is not sincere. This cannot be sincere. In my mind, it's utterly incongruous. Now, I've then gone and I've asked, what does she say about what does she say about foreign policy? And she's in opposition to wars in the Middle East and interventions. She stated that wars in the Middle East result in millions of refugees coming to Great Britain and Europe. It's not a good idea. Well, I mean, I'd kind of agree with that, but why is your focus on that? So it seems like this has got the green light. This is like Young Bob. This is like all of them. They all echo each other. This is what I'm saying. There is an editorial policy at play here. These people are not sincere. They're not speaking freely. It's quite clear. She talks about China's influence abroad. She talks about US policy under Trump as a model. Okay, fucking hell. Well, that's peculiar. I mean, I think she's talking about deportation, but I think that's a LARP anyway. And foreign influence in UK politics. Well, yes, Lucy, I talk quite a lot about foreign influence in UK politics, but you don't. Not about the influence that I'm talking about. But okay, strong emphasis that foreigners, or those with dual loyalties, should not hold positions in British politics due to inherent biases towards their homeland. Well, you know, you're there with Kremlin asset, repulsive little Malafeev bagman, Frank Wright, who's getting all the fucking highlight. He's getting wafted up. He's going everywhere, isn't he? This guy's active. This guy is Zigger number one currently, certainly in the UK scene. This guy, as I say, he's a Kremlin asset. He absolutely, he's connected to LifeSite. That's connected to Malafeev. Malafeev's connected to Dugin. Malafeev yesterday or 2 days ago was calling for tactical nuclear bombs to fucking fall on Ukraine. You won't hear any of this in the Dissident Right, but you know, this is the people. And so when you see that little fucking pygmy swanning around the place, you know, making his hedgehog posts and being a great guy and saying stuff like crikey and having a nice moustache and wearing a hat at a rakish angle and coming across as a good English chap and all the rest of it. What he is he's just there as a delivery device for the likes of Malafeev, which is just Dugin. Now, she'll go and interview with him, and she'll go and like blow smoke up him and all the rest of it, and tell him what a wonderful guy he is and all the rest of it. Validate the delivery device, but won't mention the actual conflict at hand here, which is the single largest conflict on the earth since 1945, and it's in Europe, and it's being funded by the British to some extent. So why on earth would she have never made a comment about it? This is not in any way sincere. And then you look on her banner header, and there she is sitting at a conference, literally on the right hand of little Duganist manlet. Selma, she's not very tall, by the way. Of course. There's a photo of her with Rupert Lowe. I don't know what she is. Okay, she is a woman, but she's probably, I don't know, 5'4" herself. Well, okay, fine. So, what has she been talking about with Selma and all the rest of it? They just know they don't talk about Ukraine. They don't talk, in their quiet moments when they're having a couple of drinks. Of course, they fucking do. So, as I say, this is just some political ethos. I don't really care that much, incidentally, but it shows you the wider pattern. You've seen it with young Bob. He's part of this wider little Restore Britain orbit, and I kind of think there's a firm within a firm here. So it's just interesting to see what's shaping up here. Right? I just think for someone in a political discourse to not venture an opinion on this is utterly, utterly incongruous. It's not honest. Again, this goes beyond, this is one woman, this is throughout everywhere. They just don't talk about it. Like, I mean, Morgoth coded this. I think this is more for the Hmong mass, not my problem, bro. That repulsive fucking bit of active measures that he wrote. Where you should just doesn't care. He was swinging lazily in the hammock of disengagement. Now, we've all seen that he'll fucking leap up out of that hammock. His fat little frame will, bounce through the air, and he'll head off to his laptop whenever some brown people get attacked in the Middle East, or whenever Chinese bridges are under threat, or any other number of things, or whenever munitions dumps are attacked in Russia. Well, he'll be out of the hammock of disengagement then. So you can see how dishonest this man is and what a trickster he is. Well, okay, we know that. We've done that. But you can now see it in this slightly kind of next generation of like these little influencers that they're just completely avoiding it. They're unexisting it. This again stems from the banality of evil, in my view. I made a video about the banality of evil, and it's just like, just for your own avarice, for your own self-interest, you'll just kind of, you won't make mention of it. And like, listen, if you want to make mention of it, and if you want to be a zigger, well, okay. Well, ultimately, as I said before, that is your right. But this is tricksterism. This is absolute tricksterism. And if it gets into Restore, and it's what I've said all along, if Frank Wright gets into Restore, and Frank Wright's little minions and his little fucking second lieutenants and all the rest of it, game over. Because that guy is he is representing Duganism with an English chap's veneer. That's all it is. So there you go. Bit of ramble. Make of it what you will.